Hey guys, it's Holly. Happy Saturday. I've been doing a little catching up. I had something pretty devastating happen to me on Wednesday and into Thursday, and I'll go into that in a little bit. So I've been catching up today on what the heck is going on with this Jodie Sue thing. And I would just like to state, since I am involved in Summer's case, making videos and content, that from what it looks to me, this whole thing with Jodie Sue's son is unfounded and ridiculous. Them seeing him in the woods near their home, what happened weeks and weeks and months after Summer went missing. There could be a million reasons he was found in those woods lurking around. Could be nefarious, could be nothing. This has nothing to do with Summer's case. So I do understand where Tiffany Marie and Jodie Sue are coming from. But I believe that this is really just a distraction from who the real perpetrators are. Of course, Dawn and Candace. It's right there in front of our eyes, and to look at something that happened months and months later with somebody else who's, just a neighbor, really. There's no real connection there with him and the Wells. Is simply that. It's just a distraction. It's a rumor. It's something for people to get all up in arms about. The hatred that's going on, though, is something that's very concerning. I stayed in Tiffany Marie's chat for a while the other night, and I cannot remember which live it was, but I watched the comment section, the live comments, the live chat. Sorry. And I couldn't believe it. I could not believe these grown people, these grown adults saying the things that they were saying. And every time I listen to Tiffany Marie and Jodie Sue, I'm blown away by the way they put people down, the language of Jodie Sue. I don't even know what to say. I've never heard somebody speak about people and with the language she does. I've never, if what comes out of her mouth is a reflection of what's in her heart, that's very, very dark and very, very sad. My question of Jodie Sue would be, why do you have a YouTube channel? Why do you have ways for people to give you money? Why do you go from attacking someone with this tongue of fire and chopping people up with it, just pure hatred, and then you switch from that to being sad and feeling sorry for yourself and frowning and not saying anything for hours?
It was a fucking joke.
This live that this clip I just played is from was over 5 hours long. And much of it was just watching her read the chat and look sad. Now, let me tell you something. The sadness looks on her face. I'm picking that up. That's some real sadness there. I'm not saying that she's faking it, but this isn't content, and it doesn't help Summer. And it's, her popularity, people who give to her and know her from Summer's case. Now, if she was a credible witness, that would be one thing. And she was, giving commentary on things happening and stuff like that. But she counted herself out from the beginning because her very first commentary on this, what happened to Summer, was the Wells had done nothing wrong. That she knew they hadn't been involved and they were innocent. And the story has changed and evolved and changed. And I think it's to her benefit, the way it's changed. And so I just wonder, what does she have to offer other than lives like this, or chewing someone up and spitting them out for views? And she's making money from this. So that's just my opinion of her. I'm sure she's probably going to chew me up and spit me out too, so I'm ready. But, I don't doubt that she's gone through stuff. I don't doubt that things are hard for her. I really don't. But I do question some of her motives and why her story has changed. And I'll leave it at that. And remember her. Remember Summer. Let's get back to Summer and to seeking justice for her. Now on to something a little more positive, encouraging, and uplifting. I'm recommending this show, Jailhouse Redemption. It is amazing, and I think it speaks to the core of the problem here with Summer and the people that she was surrounded by, and that is drug addiction. This is a sheriff who came up with a program for addiction within his jail to save lives and to help people overcome their addictions and live happy lives. Here's a little news clip about the show.
New show highlighting the county jail's heroin recovery program made its premiere. 8 News reporter Ben Dennis was there to see the first episode and talk with some people who have successfully completed the program. So Ben, what was it like to be there in the room with them for that first look?
Well, Deanna, setting aside what crimes these men and women may or may not have committed, it seems somewhat courageous for anyone to sit down and watch with their own eyes their addiction recovery journey, maybe even in that moment still battling their own demons. As you mentioned, I interviewed 2 former inmates at the Chesterfield County Jail who said they hope this inside look helps more people from falling through the cracks.
If you're serious about changing your life, man, you can just put it on the line. Look. I'm a walking example.
Lamar Kennard is out of his cell, says he's 6 months sober and proud of his recovery at the Chesterfield Jail. Thankful to their heroin addiction recovery program, HARP, the subject of a new docuseries on the Discovery Plus streaming service.
And she passed away yesterday.
Filmed in the last year is true, raw reality. Shame on us. People are dying, and we need to stop that.
Sheriff Carl Leonard implemented the recovery program after realizing over 80% of offenders coming in had a heroin problem. Today, he extended the invite to those same inmates in the documentary.
It's important that everybody sees where the road took some people. It's important for the inmates to be part of it because they're the ones who do the work.
Work that Marlon Turner went through.
Change is uncomfortable. As much as I wanted to blame everybody else, it was me.
Maybe so, but recovery didn't happen without mentors also at the jail and also sleeping in a cell, a key component of the program.
You heard what we had to say. What you do with that is on you, man.
The raw reality playing out in episodes for the world to see.
Honor of my life to be able to tell your stories.
Those are the things that go on with addiction that the rest of the world I don't think is seeing.
Deanna, we were not allowed to record the first episode of this docuseries premiere. However, as you mentioned, I was able to watch just a little bit of it. And as a matter of fact, it is somewhat rare to get an up-close and personal microscopic view of folks in our own backyard battling various stages of addiction. Jailhouse Redemption premieres and streams on Discovery Plus this Thursday. In Chester.
The players that surround, all the people that surrounded Summer in her life and in her disappearance. I mean, the core issue, I believe, is drug addiction. There's mental illness there that's not being addressed or treated in many cases, and so addiction becomes a problem in a lot of people's lives who don't get help. And this sheriff saw a need, he saw a huge problem, and he decided to try to address and help the problem instead of just throwing people in jail and continuing to see the death and these people's lives ruined and all the destruction. And this is so key. We need this so badly. And I wish this so much for Dawn and Candace, because, you know, jail can be this. It can be a time of transforming your whole life. At least it gives you the possibility you're not using drugs. I know people say there's drugs in jail, but, you know, it's supposed to be that you detox there. You know, you're not going to be handed a bottle of whiskey like Candace uses every night of her life to get completely wasted. It would give her a chance to get clean, for Dawn to get clean, and possibly for them to make some real life-changing decisions. Not to mention, you know, that would be justice for them to have to, you know, be held accountable and to be there for the crimes that they have occurred, that they have done. So you guys know, you know, I don't question who did this to Summer at all. And they need to be behind bars. Maybe not, you know, they're not hated. We're not supposed to hate anybody. But I wish hope for them that they might come across something like this and have real lasting change in their lives. It's so needed. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. And check that show out. It's on Discovery Plus. I don't know if everyone has that, but I do, and I love the channel. It's worth the $5 a month. Please have a good weekend, and thank you guys so much for the comments and the encouragement and the love that you show me. It has just brightened my life in a way I never dreamed possible. So, thank you. Be blessed. Be well. Bye.